morning, students. How are you, students? I hope all are fine. So let us have a small review in the previous class portion, children. So what are the things learned in the previous class? Do you remember that? Say yes or no? Yes, very good. So learned that's the fruits. Am I correct? So last class we studied about that's one of the fruit chart. Do you remember this? The fruit chart? Very good. What are the types of fruits, children? Simple fruits, aggregate fruits and multiple fruits. Am I correct? So here, let's learn about in a simple fruits alone. The simple fruits means, so that is they comes under in two type of the fruits. What are the two type of the fruits for? Fleshy fruits and dry fruits. Fleshy fruits also they comes under so many types: berry, drupe, peppo, asparagium, pome, and there's balastra. So these are the types of the fruits or they comes under in simple fruits. That's a fleshy type of the fruits. Am I correct? Then dry fruits. What are the major three types of the dry fruits, ma? Can you able to say? Yes, dry dehiscence fruit, dry indehiscence fruit, schizocarpic fruits. Am I correct? Yes, good. So here, there also each headings wise we learned that some subtypes of this dry dehiscence fruit and dry indehiscence and schizocarpic fruits. Am I correct, pa? Yes. The next one is today's class we are going to learn about the second type of fruits. Clear? This is second type of fruits. The fruit is majorly, that is they divided into three types. First type only over that last class. So today's class we are going to continue from this second fruits type. Clear? Second one is aggregated type of the fruits and third one is the multiple or composite fruit. Clear, ma? First of all, that's the aggregate type of the fruits. What does mean by aggregate fruits? So the aggregate fruits, mostly that one is they developing in that is a single flower, children. The single flower they presents in a apocorpus pistils. Okay, the apocorpus regions. So that's a single flowers only they developing in this is the aggregate fruits. Then so here this is the free corpus region, that one only they developing in the simple fruitlets. Clear? Finally, how will you form this aggregate fruits? Means a collection of simple fruits that one is they making in the aggregate fruit. Understood? The each fruitlets. So each that's the single fruitlets. Okay. So that one is they make it in that's the aggregate type of fruits. So here the aggregated type of the fruits we are calling in heteronym. What does mean by that heteronym means? So this aggregate fruits that is borne by that's a single flower. Okay, so that's borne by that's a single flower. That is we are called, that's the name is known as heteronym. That's a good example of the species is Anonas squamosa and another one is Palialthea. Clear? Palialthea longifolia. So these are the two examples that is they comes under in a heteronym. What does mean by aggregate fruit? Then what does mean by what is heteronym? So these are the two questions you have to be prepared in this part. Understood? Next one is multiple or composite fruit. So what does mean by multiple or composite fruit? The multiple fruit or composite fruit that is they developing in that's a whole inflorescence, children. Okay, that's a whole inflorescence. So along with that, there's a pedicel also involved to the producing that's a fruit. So that's the type of the fruit as we are called that's a multiple or composite fruit. Understood? Multiple fruit or composite fruit means that one is they developing in the whole inflorescence along with sometimes the pedicel also included. Okay, so that's the pedicel, that is the peduncle region. That's the peduncle region also the stalk-like structure of the inflorescence is known as peduncle. What's the meaning of peduncle, children? Very good. So the stalk-like inflorescence. Okay, the stalk-like structure is the presence in the inflorescence. That is the region is we are called. That's name is known as peduncle. Okay. So that also they fully developing in that's a multiple or composite fruit. So this multiple or composite fruit, so that is they comes under in a two type. One is psoriasis and another one is Cyconus. Clear? Psoriasis and another one is Cyconus. So here the psoriasis type. How will you developing this is the psoriasis type of the fruits. Psoriasis type of the fruits. The good example is pineapple, mulberry and jackfruit. So these are the examples of the fruit as they come under in a psoriasis type. Then, so the second type is Cyconus. So that is the best example of this fruit is the ficus. Clear, children? Let us learn detailed that psoriasis type of the fruit and this second one is the Cyconus type of the fruits. Clear, ma? The first one, so here the multiple fruits, so there's a fleshy multiple type of the fruits. That one is they developing in the inflorescence type of this spadic or spate inflorescence. Okay, the spadic or spike inflorescence only they developing, that's a multiple fruits. So here that's a fruit is the flowers are they join and they so there is the perion, this a succulent in nature, there is a perion is present, so that is the perion, that is the succulent nature of the perion, this is there. So at the same time, so that one is they bearing in a fleshy and juice like structure of the whole inflorescence. Okay, that's the axis and also all this perion part. Finally that one is they forming in a fleshy and the whole region is they developing in, there is the whole inflorescence region they developing in a fleshy and juicy like nature. Understood? That's the best one example of the species is pineapple, jackfruit and mulberry. So these are the things that they come under in a psoriasis. Second one, Cyconus. This Cyconus type of the fruits means, so this also they developing in, this is the multiple type of the fruits. So this one from the Hypanthium inflorescence, already we learned that's the inflorescence type, no? So there we learned there's a three type of this special inflorescence. One of the inflorescence name is known as Hypanthium. Okay, this Hypanthium inflorescence, there is they developing in this the multiple fruits developing these structures. So this is a Cyconus type of the fruits. Clear? So here in that region, that receptacle or that's a thalamus or that's a torus region. So finally that's a torus region is they convert into that is a fleshy fruits. So there only there is a number of, there is a very, there's a Achenes type of the fruits or that's a true type of the fruits. So that one is they developing in, it's a female flower of the Hypanthium. Okay, this female flower of the Hypanthium inflorescence that developing the fruit is we are called, that's name is known as Cyconus. Understood? That's the example of the species is the ficus. Understood? No? Say yes or no? So the multiple fruit, so that is they comes under two type of the fruit. One is psoriasis and another one is Cyconus. Psoriasis, so that's the example of the species is the pineapple and jackfruit. Cyconus, so the best example is the ficus. Next one, what are the functions of fruits? Okay, what are the functions of fruit? So what do you, can you able to say some functions of this fruit? Can you able to say? Please tell me. Yes. First one, this is the fruit region, that's the edible part is present. Am I correct? So that is the one of the source of food, children, and also that one is they giving in the energy for that animals. Okay, energy for animals and the human beings also. So that's the edible part of the food is the source of food, and also they giving in this energy. Okay. The next one, many fruits. So that one is from that one. That's the sources they giving in a certain chemicals. Chemicals means the sugar, pectin, and there's vitamins, certain minerals, and organic acids. So these all the things that we are getting from this fruit. That's one of the functions of fruits. The next one, the fruit is they protecting the seed part. Clear? So that's unfavorable conditions. And so that's some animals also, grazing of these animals. No? So from that's a purpose. So they protection that is giving in, that's a very clear the functions of these fruits. Okay. So the fruit is they protecting the seeds from the unfavorable climatic conditions or also some certain animals from that one. The fruit is they giving that clear protections to the seeds. Clear? The next one is fleshy and dry food. So that one is they helping in its disposal of this. That's very long distances. So that one is the disposal of the seeds. So that's a very one of the important functions of the seeds. Then sometimes this is the fruits that one is they giving in the mutations of this developing seedlings. Okay, the developing of the seedlings at that time. So this one is they giving in that is a certain that's a nutritions to that one. Clear? The next one is the very good medicines we are obtaining from the certain type of the fruits in human beings. Clear? So these are the certain functions of fruits. Understood, pa? So this is one of the 5-mark questions. Sometimes they will ask that is a 3-mark question, compulsory question. Very important one, but easy question, easy answer only. Okay? So all should learn this question. You should prepare it in a 5-mark based. Suppose they are asking that's 3-mark means, so you have to be right that's a 3 points alone. Understood? Yes. Next one is we are moving in this last part of this chapter, seed. Clear? The last part of this chapter is the seed. What is a seed, children? What does mean by seed? What you are imagining about that seed? Very good. The seed is the very good. That's a germinating part. So you germinate, they produce in a new plants. Am I correct? Yes. Anyway, the seed is the maturing, the fertilized ovule. Okay. So they presence in a embryonic of this plant. That's axis. So that's embryonic axis. So there is the 2 region. One is the shoot system and another one is the root system. So that's the things are they developing in that axis we are called the embryonic axis. Okay. Then also the seed is they storing in a food items. Then there's a seed they presence in the seed coat region also. The protecting covering also they presence. So finally we are telling him that the seed is the fertilized mature ovules. Okay. So after fertilization, so many changes occurring in that is the ovules part and they transforms into that seed. Clear? After that is the fertilization, so many changes they take place in that ovule and then they transforms into that is the seed. Clear, children? Yes. Next one, they are going to learn about types of seed. The types of seed they are declaring in this is the 2 major types of the seed, children. Based on the number of the cotyledons, that's the seed is they are divided into these 2 types. Based on the presence and absence of endosperms, the seed region they presence in the endosperm, that base they are divided into these 2 types. Understood now? What are the major types of this seed? So here, based on the number of the cotyledons, how many number of the cotyledons are present, that base they are divided into the seeds are 2 types. And another one more is endospermous presence and absence of the seed. That based also they are dividing in these 2 types. Clear? Yes. First of all, we are going to learn about this dicotyledon seed and the monocotyledon seeds. Already you know about that. So dicot means so they presence in how many cotyledons are? Very good, 2 cotyledons. So that is we are called that's a dicotyledons plants. Okay. Can you able to say that's a dicotyledons plants? Very good. Mango. Good. So many examples are there. Am I correct? So these are the some examples of the dicotyledon seed. The next one, monocotyledons plants. Monocotyledons plants. Will you able to say? Very good. Cocos nucifera, Mesa Baranacea, and Liliaceae. So these are the certain names. Some of these plants are they comes under in a monocotyledons plants. Clear? Yes. So what does mean by monocotyledon seed? So they presence in a only 1 cotyledon. Okay. So that's a seeds they presence in a only 1 cotyledon means so that is we are called that's a monocot plants. Rice, maize, wheat, all these things are they comes under a monocotyledons plants. Okay, so here they comes under mango, beans. So these all the things are they comes under a dicotyledons plants. Understood? Yes. Next one is based on the presence and absence of the endosperms. Okay, that means the seeds are they divided into two. What is the two types of this endosperms? Endosperms of the seed, albuminous or endospermous seed, or ex-albuminous or non-endospermous seeds. Clear? But first of all, this albuminous or endosperm seeds means the cotyledonous. What is the characteristic features of the cotyledon? Means that's very thin and membranous like structures. Okay. The mature seeds, they have this endospermous persistent in that one. So that one is they giving in that nutritious to the seedlings. Okay. So at the which stage is that one is they giving in this is the nutritious to the seedlings means during this earlier developmental stage. Clear? So this is the one of the type, that is the endospermous, they presence in that is the seed, that is the type as we are called albuminous or endospermous seed. Non-albuminous or ex-albuminous or non-endospermous seeds mean. So here the food region that is utilized or that is used by that's a developing embryo. So in the mature seeds, without that's the endosperms, the maturing of the stage, so that's without that's the endosperm. So in this type of the seeds, the cotyledons region, the storing of this food material, children, the cotyledons region, that's the storing of the food, so that becomes very thick and fleshy in nature. Okay, so this type of this seed, so that is the thick and very fleshy in nature. So that's a good example of these two type of this is the albuminous and endospermous seeds. So that is they comes under in that is a plants type of castor and sunflower, maize. So these are the certain examples of this albuminous or endospermous seeds. Then ex-albuminous or non-endospermous seeds, that's a good example, pea and groundnut. So these are the things that they comes under in ex-albuminous or non-endospermous seeds. Understood? Yes. The last one of this very important one of the 5 mark question, children, significance of seed. Okay, what are the importance of seeds? Can you able to say some points? What is the importance of seeds, children? What is the importance of seeds? Very good. First one, the seeds that was they giving in the protections of the embryo. Okay, the first one. If you want to changing that, if you want to give that next generation means the seeds are they use that protection of the embryo. The next one, they presence in the food so that one is the development of the embryo. Okay, so that's a seed they presence in the food material. That one they development they giving in that's the development of the embryo. Clear? The next one, that's a many of the species, the dispersal of this species, that's a very important one of this major role of this seed. The next one, very much important of this the agricultural field. Clear? The seeds are very important for this, useful for the agricultural field. The next one, so here that's the seeds we are using as food for that's both human beings and that's animals. Okay, all are they are using it. That is a good one of the food for this seed. And the next one is that's a very one of this reproductions types. That's a sexual reproduction. The seeds are the reproductions of the sexual reproduction. And that one also they providing in that is genetic variation and recombination. So these all the things are they very much importance for that seeds role. Clear, children? So these are the certain importance of seed or that's the significance of seeds. Clear, ma'am? Yes. Then already I left out that's two topics, right? So that one we are going to learn that next one. First one on tabular column. It's your syllabus. They are given that's one of this. Edible fruits. That's a fruit type they are mentioning that one. Which is the simple type of fruits means, so that's the fleshy type of the fruits, dry fruits, and also that's the aggregate fruits, and also so they are mentioning in this a composite fruit. So these all the type of the fruits they are given, that's the first column. And then this type of the fruits, which are the species, which are the common plants names they are given, and then after that they are given that's the botanical name of this common name. And the next one is they are giving in this which species, so the which plant, so which part is the edible one. Okay, so this is the one of the chart is given in your textbook, in your syllabus children. If you have that textbook means, so all of you please open and keep it this page. The first one they are mentioning in this simple fruit, there is the comes under in dry fruits, and also there is the another one type is a fleshy fruits. Clear? So that's a fleshy and dry fruits. So they telling in this first type is the berry type of the fruit. Berry type of the fruit they are mentioning in this tomato, brinjal, and guava. So here that's a common name for that's a tomato, brinjal, guava. That's a botanical name is for that's tomato. Lycoperdon esculentum. Lycoperdon esculentum. So this is the edible part of this tomato is the fully, the whole fruit is we are edible. Then brinjal, so that's a binomial name is the Solanum melantina. That's a tender fruit, so only we are edible. The next one guava, Sedum guavaja. So that's the whole fruit is we are edible. The next one is drupe type of the fruit. Drupe type of the fruit is they are mentioning in that's a three type: mango, coconut, and dates. Okay, the mango, that's a binomial name is called Mangifera indica. So that's a which part is the edible means mesocarp region. The next one coconut, that's a binomial name is Cocos nucifera. So that's the edible part is the endosperm. That's a whitish part, and that's a waterous region is there now. These two are both cellular. Cellular means that's a whitish part of this coconut, and also inside there is the presence in a liquid. Coconut water, no? So that one. So these are the two items of the edible part. Dates, so that one is that's a binomial name is Phenolics and Dactyphora. So this is the pericarp regions only. That's a pericarp. Pericarp means, so that is they comes under in three region: epicarp, mericarp, and mesocarp. Am I correct? So that's the three parts are they comes under in edible. The next one is pepotype. That's a good example of that's a common species is cucumber. So there is a binomial name is Cucumis and Sativus. So this is the whole fruit is the edible one. Hesperidium. So there is the common name is we are calling in a citrus. That is they comes under in a two specimens, lemon and orange also coming. So that's the binomial name is Citrus sinensis. So here that's a endocarp region. Their presence in a certain juicy has that one only edible part. Clear? Then pome type, there's a good common example of the species is apple. So that's a binomial name is Pyrus mollis. So that's a which region is edible means that's a thalamus region. And there's a pericarp. Thalamus and the pericarp means the thalamus, the whole region is they developing it. That's a false fruit there. Okay, that's a false fruit is they developing in this one. Balasta, so this one is the pomegranate. The common name is we are called that's pomegranate. So there is that binomial name is Punica grantana. So that's a succulent region. That's a just compartment like structure is there. Their presence in a succulent type of the seed is present. That is the edible one. The next one is they comes under a dry fruit type. Legume, so that's one of the good example of the common species is the pea. Let's say binomial name is a Pisum sativum. That's the edible part is a seed. Silicula mustard. So that's a species binomial name is Brassica campestis. So that also seed is the edible one. Then Poricidal capsule. So that's a poppy plant. The commonly we are calling that's a poppy. So that's the example binomial name is the Papaver somniferum. That also the edible part is the seed. The next one is Locucidal capsule. That's a lady's finger. Commonly we are calling that's a lady's finger. Let's say edible part. There's a botanical name as Abelmascus esculenta. That is also the meaning in its tender fruit. Then Zipsella, that's a good example is the sunflower. That's commonly we are called this species sunflower. That's a binomial name is Helianthus annuus. So this one is we are getting in that seed region. So we are mostly we are getting that oil. Okay, sunflower oil. Then Caryopsis. So there they are mentioning in this the two species. One is maize and another one is paddy rice. Maize, that's a binomial name is siamese, and that's a paddy rice. So that is they are calling that's a binomial name is Oryza sativa. All the things is that's a seed is the edible one. Okay. Then nut region. So that is the commonly they are called as the cashew nut. That's the exact binomial name of the species is the Anacardium acidum. Okay, Anacardium acidum. So this is the two type of the areas we are edible children. One is pedicel region, the false fruit. That's a false fruit region is we are edible one. And another one more region is the cotyledons, true fruits, nut, cashew nut region. No? One is false fruit, that is the pedicel region is they become a fleshy in nature. That is one edible part. And another one is original cashew nut. That is the true fruit. So that's also edible one. Okay. The next one is Crismo carp. So here that's a common name is we are called coriander. This binomial name is Coriandrum sativum. That's a mericarp. That's a mericarp regions only edible that one. Lamentum type touch-me nut plants. That's a binomial name is Mimosa pudica. That also seed is the edible one. Then aggregate fruit. So today we learned no. That's aggregate fruit. That's a custard apple. So this is what the species is custard apple. So that's a binomial name is Ananas squamosa. So this is the pericarp region. So inside that's a pericarp regions only the edible one. The next one, composite fruits. Composite fruit. So today's class portion. So these two, Psoriasis and another one is Cyconus. Okay. So this is Psoriasis type. So they are comes under in a three type of the fruits: jackfruits, pineapple, and mulberry. What is the binomial name of jackfruit means? Artocarpus heterophyllus. So then that's a edible part is the perianth and the seeds region. Pineapple, ananas, and cosmocus. Okay. So this is the perianth and rachis region is edible one. Mulberry, Marassus alpha. That's a binomial name is Marassus alpha. The whole fruit is edible one. The last one, Cygonus. That's a fig. That's a binomial name of this fig is the Ficus carica. Okay, so that's the whole inflorescences they come so that to eat that one. Okay, children. So this is the one chart test they are given. So what are the certain fruits name is they are given. So that one is they come so that which type of this fruit. Then what is that binomial name of the fruit? That fruits which part is we are going to eat. Okay, so these are the things only they are given in that. This is the tabular column. Clear, children? Yes. Next one, the last where we are left out, that's one of this construction of this floral diagram and floral formula. No? So there we learn about that. That's how to write this floral formula. Okay, so how to write this floral formula of this flower. So that's the things only I am going to tell. First of all, the construction of this floral diagram and floral formula. So here, what does mean by, what is we are going to say that's a mother axis means? The mother axis means, so that's a branches they produce, they born that's a flower, that axis is here called, that's name is known as mother axis. Understood now? A very good way to expressing the floral salient features. That's a flower salient characters. Easy way to expressing. That's a good one of the easiest ways you are called. That's a floral formula. We are using that's a floral formula. Then next one. What is mean by posterior side? How will you identify that's a posterior side? Mean the side of the flower that is facing in the mother axis. Like, clear? That's a flower is they born in that is the side they facing in the mother axis is called posterior side. Wherever there is a bract is present, that side is here called as the anterior side. So how will you separate this posterior side and anterior side, children? Very good. So that is the mother axis faced, that's a flower is present now, that is the posterior side. Anterior side means very good. So that's a bract is facing in that one. Okay. That is the side as we are telling in that is the anterior side. Clear? Then how to write this floral formula means, first of all, BR means in the flower their presence in a bract means that is we are write it in the floral formula BR. Clear? Suppose there is a flower is the bract is absent means, so that is we are called EBR. Clear? The next one BRL means, so that is the bracteole representation. The bracteole is presence means we are right, that's BRL. Suppose in the flower is bracteole is absent means that is we are right EBRL. Clear? The next one, this is symbol is they are representing it, that is an actinomorphic flower. If the flower is there, if any region we are cut it in that flower, we will get it's a 2 equal half means, so that is we are called, that's name is known as actinomorphic. Clear? The next one is, so this percentage symbol is they mentioning in a zygomorphic. Only one direction only we are getting in a 2 equal half, otherwise we didn't get that's a 2 equal half. Okay, that is that symbol is the representation of this zygomorphic flower. Clear, children? The next one, so this symbol that is representing in a staminate flower. Okay, the staminate flower. The stamens, so there is present, that's the staminate flower. So this symbol is they are representing in this a pistillate flower. Staminate is one, this one is pistillate. Then both this are they present stamens and gynoecium. These two parts are the pistils also present. So that is we are writing in the bisexual flower. Okay, how will you write? Bisexual flower. The next one is the next words wise we are represents that's the floral formula. This is the calyx, this is the corolla, this is the androecium, and this is the gynoecium symbol. Clear? K for calyx region, C for corolla, A for androecium representation, and G is the gynoecium representation. Okay, how will you write this one? Means that's a calyx means, so you have to be representing this word as the K. K5 simply you have to be without this is the bracket means, without that's a bracket means, so that's a representation as we are telling in a free condition, aposepalous. Okay, so this is the sepal number, how many sepals are present in that particular flower, that's a number you count and write. Okay, then this is putting this bracket means, so that's a condition, syncarpous condition, together fused condition, so that's why we are put it in this closed. Understood now? Yes. Next one, corolla representation C. So here C5 means that's the same thing. So that's a corolla is the petal is the free condition means simply you write. Suppose that's a corolla is attached or fused condition means, so you have to be put that's a bracket. With bracket means fused condition, without bracket means free condition. Understood now? The next one, the corolla 2 plus 3. But that's the arrangement. 2 petals are one word and 3 petals are another word. Okay. But finally these 5 are they fused. So that's the symbol only they are put it in this bracket. Clear pa? So this like you have to be represented in this floral formula. So this one. Clear? Next one is the androecium. Androecium A3 means, so they presence in a 3 stamens. But which condition? Free conditions. Clear? The next one, A2 plus 2. I mean, so the androecium, the stamen is the presence in a 4. Here, the 2 whorls like structure is presence. Okay? The each whorls they are representing in a 2. Understood? So that's why we are representing in that 2 plus 2 arrangements. Understood now? Yes. Next one, this androecium 9 plus 1. 9 plus 1. Why they are putting in this is the closing and opening bracket. This with bracket means 9 stamens are fused to form that's a one bundle of the stamens. This is the one representation. And also additionally another one stamen is also there. but the two bundles of the stamen is representing in this one. How many stamens are representing this one? 10 stamens. 9 plus 1, so that is we are called that's a 10 stamens. Clear? The next one is C5 and A5. So there they representing in a one arc. What is the meaning of this? This is the condition means. So this is a epipetalous condition. So this is the C means corolla. Individual segment is we are calling that's a petal. Am I correct? Yes. So that's a epipetalous conditions. Epipetalous, so that is they representing this is arc. That is the very important one of these things. Clear? The next one is A0. A0 means, so that is the staminode. Sterile type of the stamen is we are called, that's name is known as A0. Clear? The next one is G. G is representation of this gynoecium. Gynoecium, how many carpels are present inside that one? That's a number only mentioning in this area. Gynoecium G2 means, so there they present in a 2 carpel. But that's the carpels are free in condition. Without bracket, no. So that is they free in condition. Okay. The next one G3 with bracket. I mean, so this is the 3 carpels are present. But that's a put it in this bracket. Bracket means that's a syncarpus condition. Okay. The fused form of this carpels are present. Understood, ma'am? Then the G0 means, so the A0 staminode. Then, so this is we are called that's a pistillode. Very good. That's a sterile carpel is present. Understood? Then, what is the position representation of these two? G, so that's a enter only they are drawing the line. Then simply G, and another one is G side direction they are putting in that dash. And infinite. Okay, how many number of the carpels are present? So infinite. That's many numbers means, so they are writing. Put it in that symbol is infinite. So that's a gynoecium. Under we are drawing that's a line means, so that is a superior ovary. So this is the representation as inferior ovary. So this one is half inferior, semi-inferior ovary. Okay. Then last finally, so this is the infinite number of the units of the carpel means we are representing this is the structure. Okay, children. So this is the floral formula. How to write this is the floral formula. This is the representation of this short forms. Clear, children? Yes. So today's portion I am giving some of this work, children. So all must thoroughly first learn this one. Floral diagram, so later I will tell you. So except this floral diagram, remaining all the things are completed. First you have to be how to write the floral formula. These all the things you must be prepared. You should thoroughly know, children, these 3 terms also in this part. Then after that today's, that's a portion. The final one, that's a fruit type, multiple and composite fruit, aggregate fruits. So that's a type also. These are the things you have to be prepared. That's 2 mark and 3 mark question. And then functions of fruits, very important one of the 5 mark question. And then the significance of seed, very important one of the 5 mark question. 2 5 mark questions, very important. Significance of seed and another importance of seed. Another one of this question is that that's a function of fruits. Clear, children? So all of you prepare it thoroughly, learn your portions daily wise. Okay. Thank you, students. Thank you very much.